I wouldn't want to wish that life on people. Because it wasn't an extensive period of time. But it's scary because I wasn't me. And people will take this for years and not knowing. And thinking that's what they have to take to feel better. Bosh.
Please apply the blood sample. The result is 5.0 millimole per liter.
Take on me, take on me, I'll be here for a day or two. Oh. Fuck, yeah. That's alright. Don't worry about that. Just stabbed myself. Lemon. We're gonna have slightly more apple cider vinegar today. That's what's happening. I feel a bit fucked this morning. So I feel a bit clumsy. And I don't know why. I got the 8 hours in. Well, it was 7.5. But I did wake up in the night. You know, I woke up about 4 and I was like, do I get up? Because I was like wide awake. I was like, do I get up? Do I have a really early one? I was like, no, can't do that. Because that's not consistent, is it? It's not consistent. And then I fell asleep. I woke up this morning dead. I woke up dead. As in, like, I opened my eyes and I was like, oh, I'm dead. Anyway. Time for my vinegar drink. I mean, digestion drink. Yep. Oh man. Oh, that hits the spot. Alrighty, time to move. Time to output some movement. Hey up dudes and dudettes. How is it going? Good morning. So the weight has been dropping. I think since the check-in, I'm like a couple of kilos down. 110 this morning, which is crazy. And I do look leaner for it. And I knew that my body's got to play ball, as I referenced in the last video. So obviously improved energy, lowered stress as a byproduct of that. Someone's been robbed in the background, cars being broken into, basically living in Gotham. It's just crime everywhere. I remember trying to watch the eclipse the other day. I actually caught on camera people just having a domestic. Like absolutely just going at it. What a place. Stoke. Amazing. Yeah. So weight's come down. I'm interested because there hasn't been any changes to food. You know, this has been the same food I've been on since I started this plan with Cuba. And I've been, of course, consistent with it. So I'm curious as to see if that's going to continue trending down, because I know the aim was to diet down anyway and to get leaner as we prime and improve composition, held off lowering calories till my body's fully in a lovely groove of not being ill and feeling good. Meanwhile, performance has gone up now that I'm accustomed to the actual plan and I've had time with reduced load. I've lost count how many weeks in we are. I think we're like 4 weeks in, which is cool. That's 4 weeks in. And this is the thing, right? When starting anything new, there's going to be the adjustment of starting that new thing. And that's going to have its own sort of challenge because everything's so novel and you're having to consciously adjust to be mindful of things that are changing in your life and patterning out what is essentially a new lifestyle when you're beginning a new process. And once that has been patterned, the novelty wears off. The new challenge is the consistency of it, because it's not so shiny and new anymore. This is where the monotony comes in. And the monotony is the challenge and potentially, arguably, the hardest part of this process. It's not necessarily the extremity of the process, because some people will change it and make the process potentially more extreme by trying to add more things in and sort of spice it up a little bit. But no, it's just staying and doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. It's finding the sweet spot where you can truly grow within a process, repeating the fuck out of it. So it's being able to nail the day, win the day, but then it's also being able to win the week. Then it's also being able to win the month, right? And then it'll get tempting to just go, maybe I'll change this. Maybe I'll do something different. Maybe 1 won't hurt. Maybe 2 won't hurt. Maybe 3 won't hurt. And before you know it, you're not doing the process anymore. And as boring as it is to say, but it's so fucking true. It's just not sexy. Results are built in the monotony of things and the consistency. But also that's where anything meaningful is created. Usually if you're thinking about a really, really awesome, grand outcome, it's a string of those boring, repeated, monotonous days that come before it. And that's essentially what I am documenting, is this Groundhog Day. So you gotta enjoy it. You gotta make sure that it's filled with things that you do enjoy. Down to the foods that you eat, the training that you do, the work essentially that you put in, and also the mindset as well. Being grateful for being able to do the work, because that's how you stay in the monotony, is you stay in love with it. It's like you're in a relationship with the process. For a relationship to work, well, you've got to stay in love and put effort into doing so. Oh. I've absolutely butchered these eggs. That looks sexy though. Bosh.
But I expect that by 2040, because the physical world actually takes a lot longer to move than we think, and because regulation around things like robotics is just going to take way longer than we expect, political protection is the thing that's going to slow progress. Most people's Tuesdays will probably feel, for better or worse, a whole lot like Tuesday this week.
You're going to hate me for saying this, but I kind of reject the question because I think it's...
Oh yeah.
Splendid, sir.
I'll tell you what, since this past week, things have just gone bang.
Increase.
Yeah, because I've skills there now.
Yeah.
Done it enough times where there's a big, like I'm comfortable position, blah, blah, blah. I could go in and smash it, you know. So this has got up.
Just feel like you've got enough XP now, so like you would like an Elden Ring. You've got enough XP, you've gone up to another level. Your health's increased, your stamina's increased, your strength's increased.
I feel like I've just passed the tutorial. You know, I'm on the, like...
You've been free to go into the free roaming area now, right?
Yeah, so, but like this isn't the first game, you know, this is like the 6th installment.
The 6th playthrough, yeah.
So I know how to play it, but there's a few different...
areas that you haven't explored.
Yeah, but the game mechanics are different, and a few different spells and shit.
Yeah.
You know, so now I've finished the tutorial, the cap's been lifted and I can just go bash. Bash.
Bosh.
The T-bar, one of the bits of feedback for myself is just really go for more range to stretch. Ironically, after what I said in legs, there's too much range of motion. But with this, it's just like really just trying to push my shoulder blades forward so they can open up and really stretch out my back, basically. So I can really hit that middle part of the back. And I feel like I nailed that one. Stay put. Stop rushing forwards. I expect you to stay like that throughout now. You can, mate. What the fuck? This is the last set of lats, so just finish up with stretch. Just holding, really stretching that lat out. Really stretch it out, baby. new cues have fucking humbled me on this. With this, the instructions are having little pauses both ends and not moving my back. Big drop off a little, but again, but to be fair, try at the end of the session as well, the last movement. Still humbling me. Oh, okay. So we're back from pull. I've got the postie, the mince, the rice, the kale, the spinach, the passata, garlic passata. I like garlic passata. You know, it took me a while to find, well, you know, not a while, but I trialed what passata is the best, and garlic. It's gotta be. It's got to be. And also, we've got the mixed berries. But yeah, pull. Very good session. Boom. Happy. Like, as I was saying in the gym, it's just now I feel more locked in, and there's some exercises where I can just jump up, you know. Don't get me wrong, there's still going to be room for improvement. There's still things that I'm trying to get better at and still adjusting to. But the exercises where I've found my groove in, they're the ones that will jump up, which is pretty cool. And I'm able to just go for it and not think as much, not be paranoid of like, right, I need to do this. But a big thing for me is the controlled aggression, you know, because before I'd go, rah, you know, lose my shit. But now, not so much. It's literally just being conscious of using my energy wisely when I'm in the gym. I'm making sure that I'm not bleeding out any unnecessary energy with form or with over fucking hyping myself. So it's like I'm holding myself back in a way because I'm so accustomed to going as much as I can go, which I think is a skill that is important to develop. I think the issue is that you see some people do is they're trying to hold themselves back because they're overly conscious of fatigue or whatever. But they haven't grown accustomed to training fucking hard. And that's the bread and butter, is training fucking hard. I'm at a level now, with 13 years deep into training, So I've got more wear and tear, and I've got more muscle, more strength, where it will pay dividends to be a bit more anal, you know, with certain things. So with legs, it's like less range of movement for a few things. With back, it's just actually improving the range of movement, stretching it out. But yeah, without going into a rabbit hole, I'm gonna eat this. This needs to get inside of me. Inside of me! And then I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work it, baby. I'm gonna crack on with check-ins, edit some shit. Just do a bunch of things that help the future Jack out. I was like, thank God. I also need to jab. I'm not fond of jabbing, man. When I'm jabbing myself as well, I'm not agile enough and to be getting into certain places. But it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. If I've got to penetrate myself, yeah, it's one of them. So just taking the evening supplements now. So the supplements that I take in the evening, a lot of them include the health supplements, so things like vital support, on-cycle support, fish oils, vitamins, etc. But I will also take supplements that are going to help me sleep. So throughout the day, I'll be having Trained by JP's, it's all Trained by JP, right? I'll be having magnesium, and I'll have 1 capsule per meal. So that's 5 capsules of the day. Each capsule has 250 milligram of elemental magnesium. And that's the magnesium that's important, right? That's the magnesium that's going to be doing some shit. That alone, just consuming a decent amount of good quality magnesium throughout the day is going to help drastically improve your sleep quality, just your sleep overall. I'll also have dream sleep, goes very nicely alongside that, in addition to melatonin. And I'll have this 1 to 2 hours before I go to bed. This helps me chill out, you know, get into a parasympathetic state in a place where I can pretty much shut down and get my mind and my body, get myself ready to sleep. This will help me fall asleep, stay asleep, have great quality sleep, and help me wake up pretty refreshed in the day and good to go. That plus good sleep hygiene, so being routine with what time you go to bed, and just making sure you're not doing any strenuous activities, not overstimulate your brain. That is pretty much the secret to having fantastic sleep. Now, what I wanted to also talk about, which I sort of touched on a little bit on the last video about the medication that I was having, which was also assisting with my sleep. So this year has been a bit of a fucked one. It has, because I had a spout of insomnia towards like beginning to mid year. And in that whole phase, again, I've mentioned this in a previous video, I discovered that the stuff that I was using was fake. My testosterone was basically non-existent. You know, I had no testosterone in my system. It was like a 2.5, and it was just fuck all. But yeah, just before I went on the blast with actual proper shit, I was struggling to sleep, and the usual tricks that I used to get great sleep just wasn't working. I was like, what the fuck? So I went to the doctors. Now this is fucked. Because I went to the doctors and they were asking me questions. How are you feeling? And I'm like, well, not great, because I'm not sleeping for days, and I need to sleep because it's affecting me from doing the thing that I need to do, which is bodybuild, but also just function on a daily basis. You know, it's just making my job and my life harder, right? It's not great. Communicating this with the doctor, and they actually gave me something, and they were like, right, okay, this will help. And it's called metazapine, right? Now, initially, I was like, can I have a blood test? And they were like, cool. I was like, can I have a full one? They were like, yeah. They gave me the sheet, and I have a look at it. I'm like, hormones aren't there. It's like, well, don't really feel like it's relevant. I'm like, well, hormones are going to be very important to have a look at, especially if there's some sleep issues. Say, I was going to go and get it tested anyway. I just wanted to find out sooner rather than later. I ironically found out that the hormones were in the fucking gutter. But what they actually gave me, this metazapine, is actually an antidepressant. So I took that and I noticed that, fuck me, it helped me sleep. Now, apparently how it works is the lower the dose it is, the more of a sleep aid it is, and the higher the dose it is, the more of an antidepressant. Now, I remember taking it and it's like, okay, it's fixed my sleep, which is great. So I didn't feel great leading up to that, obviously. And I was happy to just sleep well. And also, I noticed that my head was very quiet. As someone who has got ADHD, my head's not usually quiet. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And I just felt there was peace within that, but I was still fucked. But I was sleeping a lot now, you know, like 9-10 hours. Essentially, because I've felt off for so long, quite often you don't realize how much of a hole you're in, or even if you are in a hole, until you start getting out of it. And I'm like, I'm going to start reducing this. Because I also felt like as time passed on, I was like, I've lost my personality. I just feel very apathetic. I feel like not myself, basically. And it was more like I was to act like myself rather than just authentically be myself. And yeah, I just didn't care about anything, which at first, like I say, felt like a bit of a blessing. I was like, cool. I'm just a chilled guy. I'm nonchalant. But it's like a fucking, like a movie, innit? Then you realise that all along, be careful what you wish for, type shit. And then I was like, yeah, this is not good. This is not good. I didn't realise how much I wasn't myself until I started reducing taking it, and my energy's getting better. And there's turbulence with my sleep. And, you know, I was obviously a little bit skeptical or nervous to come off them because I just didn't want that bout of insomnia. But I'm like, okay, if I'm going to be feeling good, if it's going to give me my energy and it's going to help me, it's great. So I've had that period of time where I've had no test, and then I've had no sleep, and then I've had this. Fuck me. So it's been a while since I've felt normal, right? And then I'm getting back to that place where I'm like feeling more normal. And now this is the first night where I'm not having it completely. So I've reduced it to half, then I reduced it to a quarter, and then it's 0. So I could just ease into still being able to sleep. Because what I have also found out, if you just come off them straight away, you can end up quite sick, quite ill, like bad stomach, insomnia, don't want that again, being sick, all this shit, and hella anxiety, which is not ideal, is it? It's not ideal. So that's mad. That's crazy. And I feel like I wanted to talk about it because I just want to be real and just talk about life with you guys. But I feel like that's fucked up because I went to the doctor didn't tell me that shit, you know. They're like, here, this will help you sleep. We're not going to test you for what is very likely to actually been the cause, which is my hormones not being great. And yes, that is self-inflicted. I have taken steroids, and yes, it is my choice, and I did get some bad shit, and what the fuck ever. But it was the harm, and just going, hey, let's test this guy's hormones, you know, because that could have gone and got it elsewhere, you know. I just tried to put myself in the position of someone who isn't a coach and a bodybuilder and who's going to be doing this shit themselves anyway and testing health markers and someone who didn't know any better, someone who's going to rely on the doctors to look after the health, right? I'm putting myself in those shoes, right? Because again, as a bodybuilder and as someone who coaches, there's a lot of stuff that we take into our own hands when it comes to using drugs, basically, and monitoring health, etc., etc. But for someone who didn't know any better, they're going to the doctors, they're like, hey, I'm having trouble sleeping, or whatever. Often, and I've known people, a lot of people, they're just like, okay, cool, antidepressants. What the fuck? But they don't tell you everything about it. Like, I know as a coach, when I'm talking to my clients about things, I'm trying to educate them as much as possible. so they can fully understand and make an informed decision about it. And as they're going through, I'm monitoring what's going on with them so that if there's going to be any effect, that we can mitigate it the best that we can, or we can see if this individual tolerates certain things well. You know, that isn't the case. That isn't the case, right? When you go to the doctors of the NHS, right? And I feel like it's crazy because people will just take this shit and they're gonna be like, okay, cool, I got told this is what to take, and then they'll lose themselves. The quality of life might get worse, or essentially what I'm saying is it's fucked because it feels like it's just a quick fix and just a plaster over the issue and not a solution. And I feel like that's what's being reached. And I'm annoyed that I fell into that. I'm annoyed. I don't feel like I should be annoyed. I feel like too many people are being prescribed these things and they're just becoming numb zombies. And that's fucked. It's not ideal. I wouldn't want to wish that life on people. Because it wasn't an extensive period of time. But it's scary because I wasn't me. And people will take this for years and not knowing. And thinking that's what they have to take to feel better. Like, I knew, like, once I figured out, I'm like, okay, cool. I troubleshoot. That's the issue. Let's fix it. Fix the hormones. Boom. Energy is still fucked. Okay, cool. Let's take out the medication. Sound. This is how I taper off it. Boom. That's on my own accord, not from the doctor. I know people, and they're completely different people after just be told, like, right, antidepressant, boom. It's like, fuck, crazy. I'm not shitting on doctors and every doctor's a bad doctor or whatever. You know, doctors are people. There's good or bad eggs everywhere. I'm not trying to uniform that. But I feel like there's an easy trap you can fall into. Anyway, I've rambled for 17 minutes. I don't know how much of this I'm going to use. But ultimately, I should just carry on feeling better and better and more like myself. Or I could just descend into madness and realise that I was crazy all along. I feel like I'm doing that now. So I'm trying a new protein that I've got, and I managed to get my hands on one of the last ever of its kind, and that is the chocolate caramel biscuit milkshake, the limited edition performance protein from that range, which is, it's now sold out. So basically, I've been a bit of a cock tease. But yeah, I thought I'd rub it in your face. I'm glad I got this, because like I say, they sold out. I'm annoyed that I didn't get to try the others. The chocolate gooey one was pretty, it sounded like it was going to be fucking decent. If anyone's got that, let me know how it is. Even better yet, I will buy a few fucking servings off you. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing like extraordinarily special about the flavours. It's not like they're going to be better flavours than the flavours that they got. It's just rare flavours. They're just different flavours. I'm still yet to try all of the range, to be fair, so I've got a lot to collect, you know? I've got a lot to go through. And I've just recently got chocolate fudge. So that's the combination of today. Chocolate fudge and chocolate caramel biscuit milkshake. I am very excited. I opened it up earlier to just smell it because I'm a bit of a fucking crackhead. And my God, I've got the golden caramel cookie one, which is banging. So I've got two of the limited edition ones, but I didn't collect the full range. That makes me sad. I'm actually scared to use them because once they're gone, they're gone. This isn't me plugging because, like I say, you can't get them, but you can get the others with 2EZ10. I'm joking, man, but you can actually. Oh, it's already looking fucking banging out. Add a bit of almond butter to this. We've got a bit of a party going. What a delight. I had to open a new tub in the middle, which has disrupted my flow. Now I've got to mix this bastard in. That's how it comes. Runny as fuck. Now I've got to mix this potion. Just so I could get the final 9 grams of the motherfucking serving that I need. We got there in the end. I'm going to eat this whilst watching Sopranos. That's what I've been watching before with my last meal. You know, it's the last meal series going on at the moment. Sopranos, I've never seen it before. Late to the party. It is great. After it, start wanting a bit of gabagool. Then I'm going to meditate, which is something I've been doing recently to sort of switch off. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.